Get 'em. They insured the ships, they paid for the whips, they funded the expeditions, they paid for the trips. And they talk about genocide, they funded our Holocaust. They screaming out Mazel Tov from throwing the Molotov. Hit you in your noggin, now your yarmulke falling off. It's Yahweh or the highway, you'll be dead when the shotty spark. When the shots hit your chest, it'll burn like Bacardi Dark. Return of the Falasha, kill the white Jew imposter. Because you lack the matzah to deal with my people proper. Now you gon' have to deal with this bleeping shotgun, the slumlord. The moment you see me, you know you done for. You even see my face on your TV, you better run for it. The evil Hebrew, unequal, you claim to be the chosen people. The wrath of God come to see you. No respect for Israel, you criminal, set the colony. You hate me cause I'm speaking the truth, you try to silence me.
I believe in my God and in my gun. And you say, well, you don't really believe in God if you believe in the gun. I believe in God and my gun. And I pray that He will bless you to practice when it's time to shoot. When it's time to shoot straight.
See, I'm all off, no sound. I appreciate you, Compton in the building. Appreciate you, sis. Yeah, no sound. Hey, peace to the guys, peace to the guys. You know, I see we got some people already up in here, things like that. I apologize for my tardiness. You know what I'm saying? So, brother got things to do. You know what I mean? Brother got things to do. Brother got a family and got other things that I'm creating, making things happen on the low, things like that. But today, I just want to share something with y'all. You know, something I've been doing for a minute. Some of y'all actually seen, you know, the thumbnail or whatnot. OC gets pulled over. I forgot what's the name of it. But yeah, OC gets pulled over, and also in the caption it I have no license, no license plates, no tags, no card. The vehicle is not registered, none of that. But I'm still able to travel without any problems, or little to no problems. How can I do that? How can I do that? All right. I want to talk about that. I want to share something with y'all. I want to let you know I'm not a lawyer. I'm not any type of attorney or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to let y'all know it's just something that I'm practicing on. All right. So you don't have to do this, but you know, I'm going to do it. And it's a reason why that I do it. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about. I see we got some people up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all may already know exactly where I'm going with this. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all may already know when it comes to the legalese, that's a beast all on its own. And that's something that I study. I won't lie. I can study it a little more, but I know a little bit, and we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. So if you guys don't mind, well, first off, you know, I just have some church announcements to get in. So church announcements, all right? So this coming up Saturday, I have the brother King Samir coming in. I want y'all to check that out. King Samir is, that's a guy that I would love to speak to and build with. You know, he has the energy of Khalid Muhammad. And I love the way the brother speak. I love the things that he did. And Yeah, we're gonna get it in with the brother. He's a guy. Y'all should know him. If you don't, just look him up. Just Google King Samir. See what pops up. So that's the guy right there. So we will get it in this Saturday, 7 Central Time, 7 p.m. All right. So some of y'all already know. Some will renounce your citizenships, things like that. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I have a video. So some of y'all actually seen an old video of mine. It's actually on the page. If you stroll down, you'll see. I think the title goes. What did it say? Traffic stop, free to go, or something like that. So obviously, I wanna go back to that, but obviously I was free to go, and the thing is, I mean, when we think about it, who out here is able to, you know, uh, use an automobile, and I'm using my terms wisely, use an automobile to travel with it, go from A to B to different places without a license plate, without a license, without any insurance, car not registered, and what else do they ask you to do? I think that's for the most part it. They ask you for all those things, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a reason why. So I want to share a video with y'all, and I'm gonna basically do some commentary on the video. This is a video of me. Yes, I got pulled over by um, some people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say some servants. I like them call them other things, but I'm gonna keep it nice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so and I basically call it harassment. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm gonna share my screen now. Work with me, because I'm not sure. Because I want you to be able to hear the sound. So I'm gonna adjust this so we can all hear the sound very clearly. So I did this. I did this before. It didn't work out. Let's get into it. Let me share my screen. I want to share my screen right now. All right. Let me see what we got here. Bing, bing. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let me get the small screen. All right. Let me see if we can get the volume working. But let me see. So I don't want you guys to hear it from my computer. I want you to hear it in a different way. Let me get this straight. Bear with me. Hold on, people. Hold on. First off, let me see. I think the volume is low. Can y'all see that? Let me know if y'all can see this. I don't think. All right, we're gonna have to do this another way. So I don't think y'all can see this. Hold on for a second. Let me try something. Bear with me, people. But like I say, because let me see if this shows. I think we got some. Hold on. All right. Looks like y'all can see it now. Can y'all hear it? So I got pulled over. Hold on. Let me get the volume together. I mean, there's nothing going on right now. So I got pulled over. And let me rewind a little bit. Well, yeah. So at this point, I just got pulled over. All right. I just got pulled over. And so I'm waiting on them to walk up to me. And I ain't gonna lie, these people got guns. These people got different things. So I'm a little jittery, because you never know what's gonna happen with these type of people. Sometimes they could act like animals. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really with it. I ain't really with it. So I really want to know if y'all can hear it, because I may just have to repost it and do it that way. But let me see. Nothing's going on just yet. So by the way, this quote unquote traffic stop is about 40 some minutes. And I'm gonna talk you all the way through it, right? So check this out. All right. So I got pulled over. Now, of course, they probably seen my plates. Now, what I do have is private plates. So my private plates actually says private, and then it say dot exempt. That's Department of Transportation exempt, being exempt for that type of commercialized transaction. And yeah, that's pretty much what it says. It says private and it's dot exempt. All right. So it's not a license plate, but it is. I do have plates on my automobile. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you this while we wait until the pigs. Nah, let me be nice. While we wait until someone actually comes to the window, I want to explain exactly what I'm doing. All right, it's called rights to travel. Now we all have an absolute right to travel, and with traveling, you should be able to travel without any license, registration, and And by the way, this is all for entertainment purposes. Like I say, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. If you want to know more about this information, yeah, do your own research, but also talk to an attorney and someone like that. This is just I'm just doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? As a flesh and blood person, I'm doing what I do. Y'all don't gotta do what I do. I'm just saying. All right. So don't come at me if something go wrong because you didn't do your research. Okay. All right. So I've been doing this for about 4 years. All right. I decided that I got sick and tired of being bullied. When someone say, "Hey, you have a privilege to drive," I'm like, "A privilege? I'm privileged. Am I a child? Like, what are we talking about privilege here?" You know what I'm saying? I ain't quite understand it. So I decided to, do some research, do a little research. And I found out that we all have the right to travel. And we all actually, first, we have to pay attention to the different legalese, because when it comes to driving I don't do. I specifically say that I travel, right? Because you could travel from A to B, use the highways and byways, and get to where you need to go. Now, the only thing is, you actually become a driver when you are operating in commerce. Okay. Now, when you operate in commerce, you become a driver. All right. Now we still waiting on the policy enforcer to come. You know what I mean? So at this point, I'm just looking at the rearview mirror. I'm like, yo, what are they doing? They haven't even came up to the window yet. They just flashed their lights and they pulled me over. So I'm drinking. You know what I mean? I'm reading some documents, and the documents has nothing to do with traffic or anything. The documents, because somebody said when they watched the video, they said, "Oh, you got papers in your hand." They did hand you some papers. They didn't hand me any papers. The papers I already had, right? And the papers had everything to do with some science, some mathematics, But anyway, outside of that, so I travel. And driving, once you research what driving really is, driving actually said someone that's operating in commerce. So it's like a taxi driver. It's a, of course, an Uber driver, a truck driver. Basically, anyone that's operating in commerce is a driver. Now, if you're not operating in commerce, if let's just say you're going to work, or let's just say you're going to the store, let's just say whatever. If you're not operating in commerce, guess what? You're a traveler. All right. Or at least you're traveling at that moment until you operate in commerce. So I say that to say that me personally, I didn't want to operate in the scam. I look at it as a scam because if they looking at everybody as a person that's operating in commerce, then they give them the legal right to say, hey, we get to check and see what you're doing. We can pull you over anytime that they want to. We could say anything we want to. And in fact, because your car is registered. Now, if you look up register in law, that means you giving it over to whatever entity. All right. So I didn't want to register my car to the state because then I would be giving my car to the state. I don't want to do that. So outside of that, they have no rights to even tow my car because it's my own personal belonging. Okay. So once you register your car, it doesn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to the state. So most people, when they are drivers, they have to register a car to the state if they want to operate in commerce. All right. Me personally, I'm not operating in commerce. You know, I would travel, go to the store, travel, go to different places, but I'm not making any money off of that, you know, travel, off of driving. All right. So I just want to hear it. So here we go. Somebody's knocking on the window. Check this out. So I want to let you know what I gave them. It's not even my ID. I gave them a card, and I'll show you that card in a minute. The card basically is a card that says I have the right to be silent and not say anything. So I gave them a card because I didn't want to speak. I'm just say, hey, I want to operate my rights to not say nothing. All right, because once they pull you over, guess what? You're in court. You know, so anytime they hand you a contract, that's you're basically in court. You know, so as soon as they pull you over, you're in court. So you have to act as such. And the reason why they would say anything that you say will be held against you is because guess what? You're in court. Anything that you say will be held against you in a court of law. That's court right there. You know, the way that they talking is court. So you have to be strategic in what you say, you know, even at that time. So this is court right now. This is court. I'm in my automobile and I'm in court, basically. All right. So he just asked for that card. You know, that's my right not to speak card. That's what I hand to him. Okay. And now I'm waiting. They looking at it. They probably chopping up. So it's actually two different police vehicles behind me. You know, so it's about three of them all together. Three police. Then in a minute it's going to be six. I wish I would have flashed the camera behind, but I just had the camera pointed at me and then kind of out the window. So I just wanted to, you know, make sure I could control the situation. I didn't want to put too much on, I need to film this person to film this person, because there was somebody on the right of me the whole time. So I didn't want to do all of that. I just wanted to make sure I was able to protect myself at all times. You know what I mean? I didn't want any suspicious thing to happen. So my eyes was everywhere. So I'm looking at the guy to the right of me. I'm looking in my rearview mirror to the back. I'm making sure everything is straight. I didn't have time to really show the camera everywhere. I just set it up and I just let the camera do what it do. All right. Got the camera for evidence, stuff like that. All right. So as I'm still waiting, and I may fast forward a little bit because, like I say, it's long and it get real dry. And I was very impatient. Oh my God, I was impatient. You know, because what I really felt, I'm like, okay, you're wasting my time. All right. You got me pulled over for not even a real reason. You know what I'm saying? So you think I'm operating in commerce, but I'm not. So if I'm not operating in commerce, what are you doing pulling me over? So are you trying to put me in a scam or what? All right. So they don't think that I know anything about law because they get away with this stuff all the time. They get away with traffic stops all the time. And by the way, once you actually do the research, you will actually find out that it's no such thing as traffic court. Okay, there's no such thing as traffic court. No such thing. All right. So the only reason why someone would go to court for anything that have to do with traffic is if they actually damage something. You damage property, or you hurt someone with your automobile. So somebody could ask, does that mean that I can run a red light? Does that mean that I could actually, and this for entertainment purposes? Actually, you can, as long as if you don't hurt anybody, and then cause someone to be hurt, then you did everything under the law. And I'm talking about the law of the land. All right. So let's keep it real, because they make up laws every day. It's just the point of, if you know how to represent yourself in court, you can beat all those laws that they make up every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. All right. So I just want to point out, by the way, the brother the brother that came on twice, the OG of mine, the king, the Nubian king, he mentioned the word black. All right. Now we're talking legalese. The word black doesn't hold up in court. All right. So even if I was to use the term, hey, I'm black and I'm traveling, that could still put me in trouble. It's like, what you mean you're black and traveling? Why would I even be putting black in there in the first place? Now, we know police officers or policy enforcers or public servants. Hold on for a second, because they actually saying something. All right, so that's a police thing. So it's, as I told you, that someone is right next to me, looking at me the whole time. All right, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't have the best. How can I say? Let's just say that I don't like bullies. All right, so I look at police officers as bullies. So in the time of while we actually watching to see exactly what happened with George Floyd, I wanted to show you this video, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about bullies, and then how can a lot of us get around, and fighting these different bullies. You know what I'm saying? So some of us may get into the physical things, but I'm all about what happened in the courts as well. All right. So we need to know how to fight in many different ways, and this is just one of the ways that I use. Because I don't like bullies. I don't like being bullied. You know what I mean? I just, as a young child, I always had a problem with bullies. I fought bullies. You know what I mean? Yes, my skinny self got it in with some bullies. All right. So I haven't lost a fight, but anyway. All right. So I'm still waiting. As I'm reading my papers, trying to get I'm getting some education. I'm trying to calm myself down. I'm like, let me read, since they just got me chilling here for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So they got me chilling. I'm reading. So what I'm thinking about the whole time is exactly, and it looked like, yeah, I'm a little jittery. I'm shaking a little. Like if you see my hands, I'm like, what is these people gonna do? Because they haven't said much to me yet. You know what I'm saying? What are they gonna do? Because you never know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to end up like some of these other brothers or sisters that they get beat down. All I know is that they're not gonna take my car, you know what I mean, or automobile. Because automobile, actually, you could travel with automobile, but you cannot travel with a vehicle. A vehicle, if you say you're in a vehicle, then that's considered a instrument that's used to operate in commerce. So I don't even say I'm using a vehicle. I'm using an automobile. All right. So we're talking legalese again. We're talking legalese. All right. So I'm traveling in an automobile. All right. So that's basically what I want to get across. All right. So even when you say, when they say you're a driver, you know, there's one thing, but they can actually put in like you have a passenger. If someone was in a car, but that's a passenger. But guess what? Passenger actually means that they are paying you for being in that seat. So even if I have someone in the car, they're not a passenger. You know, you could call them a guest, you could call them your buddy or anything, but don't call them a passenger if you're not operating commerce. If they didn't give you money for that ride. And then even if they gave you some gas money or something like that, you don't gotta talk about that. That's a private thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not operating in commerce, forget about it. You don't gotta say. And for entertainment purposes, again, you don't have to say that you're a driver. Just like what I'm doing, I'm traveling. You know what I'm saying? And I travel. That's what I do. I've been doing it for 4 years straight. I never went back to being a driver. All right. So this is me still waiting. Like I said, it's a 40-minute video. They probably had me for about almost an hour, you know. So, and I'll be honest, there's some things that I could actually do that I haven't did yet. I'm slipping. Sometimes I'll be lazy doing too much, you know, other stuff. And I don't prioritize exactly what I need to do because there's so much stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So, there's somebody. All right. So oh, all right. So what I do is, man, while we waiting, I thought that was somebody talking, but that's one of the neighbors. I'm actually in the grocery store a lot, stuff like that. So there's a lot of people, you know, and on top of that, I'm embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at all these people looking at me. I'm like, all right, man, dang, everybody see me. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the parking lot. I pulled over in the store, stuff like that. But anyway, so again, what it's been, how many minutes? It's been almost 20 minutes. They still haven't said much, but let me see your card. So already they didn't ask for my license or anything. You know what I'm saying? So all they asked me in the beginning, because I didn't get that part. All they asked me was for they said they was talking about my plates. So all I told them is, hey, you know, I'm not a driver. I'm a traveler. I don't have to have plates. And right after I said that, he went away. So there are things that I can actually give to the courts and give to the city that will have them to look at me differently. In fact, like if they was to pull me over and then I show them some paperwork, they will basically say, hey, okay, sir, have a nice day. And they'll leave me alone. You know what I mean? So there's things I could put in place to get to the point where I could sue them for stopping me. All right. Because it's a rightful thing what I'm doing. Let me get a drink. All right. All right. So again, I'm still waiting. I'm reading, shaking a little bit. I'm like, yo, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? But I'm ready for whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for whatever. They
You don't have any valid identification on it? Or your name is?
Is this a crime or anything?
Well, your plates are not valid plates. It's not your plates not being valid.
That's what I'm doing, a crime. That's what I'm asking.
Well, it's not a crime what you're doing right now.
Okay. So
Driving without valid plates is a crime.
he knows that I'm not driving.
What's that?
He knows that I'm not driving. So that's the issue.
What do you mean you're not driving?
I asked him what's the definition of driving. I'm saying that's what I was doing.
Front seat of the car, turning on the ignition and then accelerating.
I'm saying the raw definition. Like opening up a actual raw book, driver says something else.
I'm not an expert on what the definition of driving is.
Yeah, so that's the law. You know, that's what happens in the courtroom generally speaking, legalese. Driver means operating cars.
Obviously, more intelligent on the fact that I am. And I also know that if you're driving without proper plates.
Yeah, I'm not driving. That's the thing. I'm traveling. That's what it's called. Okay. And that's the law. That's basically the law. You can travel from A to B. But yeah. So I don't know if you've seen this. So I gave him the card again, you know, saying I have the right to be silent, you know. But I gotta get to work. Am I free to go? What's going on?
No, you're not.
What's going on? So I'm being detained. I could have got him right there just for saying I'm being detained.
You have valid plates in the car. We cannot let you drive without valid plates in the car. You do not have a valid driver's license. You do not have insurance in the car. All three of those things require you not to drive. You can get out and walk right now if you want. But you're not going to drive.
That's my statement. That's my statement.
Okay. Brandon?
Yeah. So I give him my statement and say, hey, I just want to be quiet. I don't want to say no more. Because, I mean, I could slip up and say the wrong thing easily. But, you know, I'm disciplined. And I'm like, okay. So, hold on. You want to know who I am? Is that the problem? Went ahead and give him a name. Sir? Would you like to know who I am? Because I'm ready to go at this point. I'm like, you want to know who I am? Is that the problem? Let me tell you. Know who I am? I'm Chris. I have an ID. He didn't ask for it, by the way. The guy didn't even ask for my ID. So, and this is the part where I actually like messed up because I didn't have to give him an ID at all. I don't have to. That's my own personal property. All right. So I went on ahead and handled my ID because I'm just ready to go. At this point, like, I'm sure this is harassment that they're doing, holding me, because let's be honest. They would not be able to hold me if they didn't have guns. I mean, if they didn't have guns, they would not be able to hold me. But because they got guns, you know, I'm acting in distress. As you can see, I'm shaking a little bit. I'm in distress. You got guns. Relax. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing nothing wrong. Why you gotta bother me? I ain't doing nothing wrong. And they do this to our people all the time. I'm just saying. They do this to our people all the time. You know, and I'll be honest. You know, it's not like it's a bunch of people in my area that's doing what I'm doing. I'm literally the only one that's doing what I'm doing. They don't pull me over. I see everybody else get pulled over. They don't pull me over that much. I tell you like this. I only got pulled over 3 times in 4 years. It's about 2 of the time, well, 3 of the times it was about the same person. I wish I would have been able to sue him. The only other time it was about these people here. Everybody else, and I see the police all the time. I'm in St. Louis, y'all, because the police be deep where we at. You know what I'm saying? So let's not say that they're not around. They see me all the time, and they see my plates. Most of the time, they don't even mess with me. It's like I'm invisible. You know what I'm saying? So, and I tell you, I did used to be a driver. And once something small was wrong, I got pulled over every time. I'm like, yo, do they have a radar or something? Like they just know when I don't have insurance or when I don't have this and that and the third. It's crazy. But yet, for 4 years, no license, no insurance, no nothing when it comes to the States. It's just have my own private plates. I don't get pulled over. I don't. I mean, 4 times in 4 years. And no tickets, I ain't have to pay nothing. That's pretty good, if you ask me. That's only if you ask me. But yeah, so I mean, y'all gonna see what happened, cause like it's a trick. And I may fast forward, but I just want to play it through. You know what I'm saying? We almost there. We're about halfway there. We're about halfway there. We're just gonna talk it out. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna talk it out. But you know, and I'll be honest, I don't. Again, I'm gonna just say this: I don't like bullies. I don't. This is probably like the only people in the world that I could clearly see that's a bully, and my attitude completely changed when I'm around them. This only time I'm a little shaky because I don't know what they're gonna do. Cause they trust me. If I put out the camera and showed you, they would surrounded me. They had 2 cars in the back, and they had 3 cars in the back. 2 people on each side, 2 in the back. You know what I mean? They had me down there surrounded. You know what I'm saying? So they all trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So 3 police cars, 1 on each side of me. What's your name, sir? Ottoman? Yep. I'm not putting it on top of the car. I'm in distress. Y'all got guns. I'm just saying, I don't have, y'all, you guys have guns. So that's why I'm fidgety. I'm not doing it. I can do that. I can do that. I don't have a gun. You have a gun. So why are you being afraid? Why do you need this? Is this a crime? Okay. You know you're on camera saying that this is a crime. Okay. All right. So crimes. Let me repeat this again. Crimes are only when you damage property or when you actually hurt someone, which is also considered as property. So me sitting there and traveling, of course, it's not a crime, according to law, according to their law. All right. So what he just asked me to do, let's rewind a little bit. What he just asked me to do is take the keys out the ignition and put it on top of the car. I told him I wasn't going to do that. He said the reason why is because I'm a little fidgety, and he want to make sure for whatever reason that I don't do anything, to hurt him or something. I don't know what they have to do with putting the keys on top of the car. I don't know. But again, bullies, they say things like that. They want to control you. And I just wasn't for it. I told them I wasn't going to do it. And I told them, yeah, you got a gun. That's why I'm fidgeting. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Wouldn't you fidget if I had a gun up to you? But I didn't want to say that. I have my personal property back. I need my ID. So they running my ID. I don't understand what's going on. Can you explain the process? I'm just saying this been over 30 minutes at this point. How? He didn't ask for it. He did not ask for it. That's on camera too. Yeah, so just like I said, they didn't ask for my ID. And he said the reason why you're being here for over 30 minutes is because you wasn't able to give up your ID. I'm like, okay, he didn't ask for the ID. Maybe he would have got it, or maybe he wouldn't. So they just assumed that I wasn't giving up my ID until I actually did, So again, they in the wrong, and then they in the wrong, then they still in the wrong, and they in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Supervisor? You are? You don't know what driver is? That's interesting. So at this point, I'm being smart because I'm taking down names. I'm taking down all their names, the badge numbers and everything, just in case. And the thing is, we think that the police actually know the law. They don't. They don't know the law. As you can see, I mean, I don't know if you heard it. You may want to rewind. The other policy enforcer actually said, maybe you know a little bit more than I do. All that I know is that when you're driving without a license plates, that's illegal. But guess what? I'm not driving. I'm traveling without a license plates. That means
422.
I'm in the right. I'm in the right. All right. So, and I'm probably going to travel. And so whenever I feel like I don't want to travel, but I don't think I'm ever going to operate in commerce, especially when it comes to having a vehicle or automobile. So I'm probably going to keep it going. I've already been doing it for 4 years plus. So yeah. And there's other people that do this too. They know what they're doing. I'm not a Moor. I'm not Moorish. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a part of that society. I'm just OC. I'm a guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm OC. You know what I mean? So I'm not a part of any type of society or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just study a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't even study a lot. Sometimes all it takes is a little bit. You just know the right things and you could be able to do what you want to do and don't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, and then this for entertainment purposes. So I know how it go when it comes to giving legal advice. I don't do that. I'm just sharing with you what I do. That's it. I'm just sharing. You know what I mean? Sharing some details. So at this point, they still running my ID. Now I'm gonna keep it 100 because they gonna say some stuff that for a lot of people they'll probably get arrested and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I want to fast forward, but I'm gonna go ahead and break it to you. They say that I had warrants, and they said that I had that. And one thing that they said in the past was like, hey, you're not gonna be able to take off with this car, so you gonna end up walking home. So that's one thing I said. I definitely ain't walking home, and you definitely not gonna take my car. So we'll see. You know what I mean, we'll see. So I wish I would have, because at the end, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. I hope y'all still with me. Hope y'all still with me. We could really chop it up after the video. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my thing is, like I say, I don't like bullies. And the government seems to do that a lot, especially when it comes to our people. So, as you can see how they treated the brother George Floyd.
Hey guys, I gotta go.
Hold on.
I have to go.
So at this point, I'm just, I'm being nice. I'm like, look, I gotta go. I'm sick of playing with y'all. Like, y'all playing, y'all having conversations and stuff. I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. So in a minute, I'm about to get my stuff all the way in order, y'all. And I'm gonna have it to the fact where I could charge them for this time. For the time that they had me, I could have charged them. You know what I'm saying? I could have got some money for this. You know what I'm saying? But I just need to get all my ducks in order so I can be able to do that. You know, charge them for my time. Cause they just wasting time. You know what I mean? So for the people out there that say, wow, yo, it took way too much time, they're gonna do that anyway. First off, because they can do what they want to do, or at least they act like they can do what they want to do. Especially if they got guns pointing at you or whatever. They act like they can do what they want to do. And then the second thing is, you just got to get outside of, you just got to know the truth. That's what I'm gonna say. You just got to know the truth. Once you know the truth, then you can be able to move how you want to move, stuff like that. All right. So I'm not gonna tell you that I'm never gonna have any other problem, but what I will say is I'm definitely gonna tighten up way more because this could have been handled in a whole different direction This could have been handled like, hey, this could have been real quick. They could have seen something, some paperwork that I have, like, hey, look at this. And they could have looked at it and been like, you know what? Or even look my name up and been like, okay, sir, have a nice day. I'm so sorry that I pulled you over. Because that's what it's eventually going to be. All right? Keep playing. And I'm gonna get my priorities together, and I'm gonna focus just on, this traffic stuff. This traffic stuff. All right. And then next time that happens, I get paid. Look it up. Look up how that can happen. Getting paid for them wasting your time. You know what I mean? Because again, if I'm not supposed to be detained, which they said that I were, and the only reason why you should be detained is for investigation purposes. And then if you actually did something wrong. So if I didn't do anything wrong, why am I being detained? And then the fact that they actually said I'm doing something wrong, doing something illegal, that lets me know that they don't know anything about the law. They just know what they know. And I can't really blame them, but I can blame them because they could learn just like I can learn. But they just trying to make a buck. So you have to realize that a lot of these traffic stops, they make a lot of money off of it. You know what I'm saying? They make a lot of money off of it, and it's the reason why a lot of these police base are still operating. They operate off of money, and they get money by you pay them. You know what I'm saying? You all pay them with these traffic stops, and with so many other things that have to do with traffic. For the most part, it's traffic that's really paying them. Why do you think they got a quota? Why do you think they got a quota? You know what I'm saying? So if you mean to tell me if I pull these many people over, I'm going to get money for that? I bet. All right, I want 10 of y'all to pull 100 people over. We'll meet our quota, and then whoever get the most get a bonus. I mean, that's how they operate. If y'all don't think that's messed up, man, I don't know what to say. But I say I'm showing this video for this and this only. All right, study law. Study law. We all got to study law. I would love for all of us to be to represent ourselves in court. Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing? Now check this out. A lot of the Panthers back in the day know how to represent themselves in court. You think about Huey P. Newton, all right? So this one of the people that I follow. Look, I got a book right here, right? Huey P. Newton. Huey. This is one of my other books. So this is one Huey book, and I have Spirit of a Panther, stuff like that. This is Huey. No, I have Revolutionary Suicide. This is Spirit of the Panther by David Hillier. I also have Revolutionary Suicide that was written by Huey P. Newton. But one thing that they was able to do is actually study law. There's the reason why they was able to get away with a lot of things. And a lot of those brothers in the Panthers was able to study law. You know what I mean? You think about Asada Shakur, she represented herself in court and actually beat whatever case that they was throwing against her. So it's a lot of Panthers that actually did that. And we need to do that too. And some. We need to study the law so we could be able to get away, and not necessarily get away like doing something bad, but be able to do what we need to do as a flesh and blood being. You know what I'm saying? So walking around calling each other, black in front of them. Of course, I know what it means, and I say my black brother, amongst ourselves, but going out towards them saying you're black or African American, that's not going to fly in the courtroom. And then saying these other things that could actually hurt you. So even saying person, like I'm just a person. If you look up the legalese of person, that actually means that's a corporation. A person meaning corporation. You know what I mean? So it doesn't even mean a flesh and blood being. So I'm a flesh and blood being. I'm not even a person. I'm flesh and blood. So that's just something to think about. We got to study these legalese. So I would actually recommend getting the legal dictionary. All right. one of the legal dictionaries that I have, or at least I had, I need to find it. I didn't move so much. There's so many books that I even gave away. I probably have a PDF of this as well. I have to find that PDF. But a Black's Law Dictionary, all right? Black's Law Dictionary will get you right. And I would probably say get an older edition, because once it gets to a newer edition, they start to change stuff around. So get an old edition. I would say don't get anything over the 6th edition. If you could find the 4th edition, perfect. Or if you can find the 1st edition, but as you know, the older the editions are, the more that it costs, right? Because it's one thing that's about the law of the land, it doesn't change. Other laws change. It's new laws that's going on right now. They make it up a new law right now, all right? But the law of the land, it doesn't change. It doesn't change at all, all right? So let's get it popping with these legalese. All right. So, I mean, we're going to get through this video. We almost at the end. I apologize. You know, they held me for like almost 50 minutes. I apologize. You know, but I definitely wanted to talk this over with you guys. All right. So, but we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. All right. So we're going to be able to chop it up a little more about it. Like I say, I don't know everything there is to know about these traffic stops. But what I would say is there is a way. I want you to research this as well. Hopefully we can have a study group one day that we can really study this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That would be nice.
Automobile for any commercial use.
I had to say that on camera.
Doesn't take 45 minutes.
I had to say that on camera. I'm not using this automobile for commercial use.
I'm in distress. That's why I give it up.
I had to talk to the camera. I'm like, I'm in distress. That's why I had to give up my ID.
Excuse me, sir.
Now I'm asking for my ID.
I need to go. Can I have my ID back, please? Well, can you explain what's taking so long? So, I don't want to accept the citations. If I accept it, it's due to the stress. I'm not accepting citations or anything. So, run my ID. So, I accept those tickets. Yeah, so it's a contract, and I don't have to accept the contract.
So I'm not going to take you on your warrants today, okay? We're going to print out your citations. We're not going to take you on your warrants, all right? All right, sir? I'm like, come on, really? If I got warrants, then you got a right to take me. What are you talking about? Okay, but you know, now you're playing games.
Yeah, I do. That's it. No, that's it.
You hear what he said? All right, sir, you're free to go. And now, that's that. All right. I was free to go. I didn't get my car towed. I still got it. I got both. I got 2 automobiles. They both outside. They both got, you know, the same plates. All right. So I got 2 automobiles. All right. They both out there. Didn't get it towed. If you hear what he said I was free to go. All right. I just stopped it because I kind of put my information in front of the camera, so I stopped it early. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys today. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how it is. And I also want to express that when we go, if we were to go into these courtrooms, all right, first thing first, we have to identify exactly what type of courtroom is this. All right. So if you ask it's another name for it. I don't like to say judge, but you know what I'm saying. Once we ask these people, we have to say like, hey, what type of court is this? Because number one, you need to be able to identify exactly what court it is so you can properly defend yourself. Now, the only thing is, if it's in a maritime court, then they can do whatever they want to you if you don't know that. They can say anything. They can say, shut the hell up. Shut up talking to me. You're going to jail. They can say whatever if it's a maritime court. So you have to be able to authenticate exactly what type of court. Now, they don't want to tell you if it's a maritime court. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to tell you that if it is. So if you ask, that's something that someone can ask, and then the case could be dismissed because they have to actually answer those type of questions on what type of court it is. If it's a maritime court, then you're gonna have to ask for it to be dismissed. And they could say something else when it comes to a certain type of court. And if it has nothing to do with a traffic ticket, why are you there? Why are you there? But if they say something, then you have a right to ask, number one, to have more time so you can actually be able to defend yourself. So you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that time. Of course, you may have to come with an affidavit, things like that, in order to get more time. But another thing is, if you're in a courtroom and none of your peers is there, you have to be trial in front of peers. If there's no peers there, matter of fact, it's the only people that's there that just so happen to be the people that's in court as well for something, for a traffic ticket and things like that. That's not considered as peers. But here's the thing, because I went into a courtroom, right? And anything that the quote unquote judge actually say, like if he or she say stand up and you stand up, then you falling under their jurisdiction when it comes to that. So like I don't do, like I say, I don't like any bullies. You tell me to stand up, then again, this for entertainment purposes. For entertainment purposes. All right. So, but anyway, I just want to share that with y'all. I mean, if y'all got any questions, y'all can go ahead and let me know. Let me know what type of questions y'all got. You know what I'm saying? So, if you don't mind, I want to go ahead and invite someone really quick. I want to try to take a look. Let me see something. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. So we're about to get something popping real quick. So any questions though? Any questions? You say the name of the law book. So it's actually a dictionary. The dictionary is a Black's Law Dictionary. And that's my favorite one to use. Black's Law Dictionary. And then I would say get anything under the 6th edition. Anything under that. If you do anything under the 6th edition, you good. You good. And you could possibly get a PDF for cheaper or find a PDF somewhere. So anything above that, it just gets a little iffy. It gets a little iffy. All right. So let me see something real quick. Yeah, bear with me because I want to invite someone. Now, let me see if I can get this straight. Yeah, Black's Law Dictionary. Some of y'all may already know. It said do a Zoom class. Yeah, for entertainment purposes. Yeah, I mean we can, like, if we could study it together, That's the only how like I would do a Zoom class. Like I say, I don't know everything. I learn more once I practice. You know what I'm saying? So as I hop out here, like for example, just for the practice purposes, you know, I went into a courtroom for what they consider as a traffic ticket. And by the way, you can fight all traffic tickets before you go to the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? So there's ways you can do that. Um, and there's also ways that, of course, you can do it without even paying. But the thing is you say get familiar with case law in your jurisdiction. Yeah, get familiar with all of that, especially in your specific town, because there's different things that's going on, things like that. So, but any, I would definitely do a Zoom. I would definitely do a Zoom. Um, only if we could study all at the same time. All right. So if y'all interested in that, we could figure that out. Y'all can hit up my email, OCTheGreatTv@gmail.com. All right. So yeah, we can do that. We could definitely do that. All right. Let me see. Let me see something. Y'all bear with me. I'm about to bring someone on. I'm about to bring someone on. So I actually have y'all been keeping up with what's going on with the George Floyd case? Have y'all been keeping up with that? Hmm? Because I definitely have. I definitely have. There's some interesting things that they actually saying, you know, as you know, when it comes to lawyers, when it comes to different people like that, they are bullies too. Um, they are basically trying to destroy his character. All right. So they right now, for whatever reason, because they are trying to figure out if he was actually on drugs. That if he actually had a reason to do what he to for the cop to do what he did towards George Floyd. So yeah, so it's an interesting thing as far as what I read, and yeah, I just don't like how they dealing with that. I don't like how they doing it. So they said they already paid the family 27 million. Hey, you know, I mean, what are our lives really worth? You know what I'm saying? So what are our lives really worth? That's what it comes down to, you know. So money don't really mean too much. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. If someone did something to some of mine, I don't even think you could talk to me. I'll probably want your head before I take a dollar. Like let me get that head up off you. You know what I'm saying? Let me you know cut your head off. You know what I'm saying? So let me get that. Not just have that. You could save your money. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't be able to live with that. I wouldn't be able to live with that. Whatever dollar amount. Although it could change our lives, stuff like that, but I wouldn't be able to live with that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm different. I'm different. So yeah, to one of mine's. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. I don't think it's money that can solve that issue for me. I've seen so many people with a lot of money and they're not happy. They're not happy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I tell you what, you know, I was gonna invite someone on. I'm not sure if they'll be popping up. So the someone I was gonna invite really has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But this sister, I wanna, she's a very intelligent sister, very smart. I mean, I actually have a show with her that I'm creating, That's actually I'm gonna premiere it on this channel, but I'm gonna put it on another channel after that. So it's a very strategic thing that I'm doing. Cause this sister, you know, she look like, you know, she doesn't look conscious. Let's say that she doesn't look conscious, but she's very intelligent. So what I noticed that us guys do, we end up judging these type of women that wear the makeup, the weave, stuff like that. Some of our sisters do too, end up judging these type of women. And I don't think that should be the message that we actually should be focusing on. You know, I'm gonna say this: there's some sisters that wear natural hair, natural everything. You know, um, but they may not be good people either. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this: as long as your mind is right, moving in the right direction, it doesn't matter if you put on makeup. It doesn't matter if you got blah 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 on your head. Cause trust me, you know, I had very natural women, Erica Badu's, like a bunch of them in my life, just to find out that they really wasn't good people. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's was the issue when it comes to our people with judging different people that look like different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So y'all may not agree with that, but trust me, you know, trust me. We definitely gonna build, we're gonna make things happen, and it's gonna make sense in a minute. So anyway, I just want to share that with y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping by. I mean, we had about 100 of y'all up there, 100, and I like that. I appreciate y'all doing y'all thing, coming through. You know what I'm saying? So again, if you want to support the platform, you know, Cash App, it's right there. You know, if you want to support the platform, you know what I'm saying? So, brother, you know, don't like getting paid from Caucasians. You know what I'm saying? So not to say that I do, but we have to support each other by any means. You know what I mean? So most of the money that I even get, you know I used to be in the church, and they say one of the things to do is give 10% back to the church. So, and because I'm from the church and I don't go to church, that 10% mentality is still in me. So what I like to do is give probably put 10% plus an offering. I get my offering and tithes. I put it right back into the Black community. You know what I'm saying? I put it right back into a Black business. You know, right back into right Black into a brother's sister hands. You know what I'm saying? So at least it could circulate somehow. You know, so I'm telling you, that's exactly what I do. But there's some other things that's needed for this platform. So I mean, do what you can, things like that when it comes to the Cash App, stuff like that. But again, if we don't have any other questions or anything like that, I definitely appreciate you guys coming through. You know, and like I say, you guys, you can always hit on my email. We can build. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put my email in the comments. So if you want to reach out to me, you definitely can. And hopefully, it's about building. You know, hopefully it's not about anything other than building. You know what I mean? Something. You know, you give me a good idea or whatever. You know what I mean? So, all right. So, OCTheGreatTv at gmail.com. All right. Just put that in the comments. Reach out to a brother. And yeah, I just made this show just for that. So talk about traffic stop. Somebody actually asked about that, and it took me a minute to get back to it. You know, so yeah. I hope this answered your question. To whoever's out there that asked that question about traffic stops, can you ask a little bit more about that, or can you say a little bit more about that? So you know, that's that, and that's the long video. Now I have the short video. If you look down the page and look at my videos, and you'll see the short video. You know what I mean? So I condensed it. I think I turned it into 17 minutes instead of 49 minutes. So, but yeah, reach out to me. Hit up the cash out, do whatever you would like to support. All right. So, tell you what, I'm going to head out. I mean, like I said, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna see y'all Saturday. Saturday, it's gonna be lit. All right. I want y'all to actually research King Samir. Research that brother. All right. You'll know exactly what's about to happen Saturday. We're about to get it in. We're about to get it in. All right. So, peace to the gods, and hit up the email if you wanna, if you have an idea, something we can chop it up, and then for the cash app, and I'm out. Like I always say, peace to the gods, and you are definitely a god, even if you don't believe it. Gods are people that are entities that make things happen. You know what I mean? Creators. One love.
Yeah. They insured the ships, they paid for the whips, they funded the expeditions, they paid for the trips, and they talk about genocide, they funded our Holocaust, they screaming out Mazel Tov from throwing the Molotov. Hit you in your noggin, now your yarmulke falling off. It's Yahweh or the highway, you'll be dead when the shotty spark. When the shots hit your chest, it'll burn like Bacardi Dark. Return to the Falasha, kill the white Jew imposter, because you lack the matzah to deal with my people proper. Now you gon' have to deal with this bleeping shotgun, the slumlord. The moment you see me, you know you done for. You even see my face on your TV, you better run for it. The evil Hebrew, unequal, you claim to be the chosen people. The wrath of God come to see you. No respect for Israel, you criminals set the colony. You hate me cause I'm speaking the truth, you try to silence me.
I believe in my God and in my gun. And you say, well, you don't really believe in God if you believe in the gun. I believe in God and my gun. And I pray that he will bless you. You practice when it's time to shoot.